Well, you've picked a fantastic subject. I mean, these structures have captivated us for centuries, and it goes beyond just their size. It's the ingenuity behind them
Yeah,
and the mysteries they hold.
exactly. That's the feeling I want to convey in the video. But back to basics with me for a second. When we say the Great Pyramids, what exactly are we talking about?
So essentially, they are ancient tombs, specifically for the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Now, the ancient Egyptians had a very strong belief in the afterlife, and these pyramids were designed to be the pharaoh's final resting places.
So it wasn't just about, like, a grand burial. It was about ensuring a smooth transition to the next life.
Precisely. They were filled with everything the pharaoh would need for a comfortable afterlife. We're talking food, furniture, weapons, even games. The whole idea was to provide for them in the next world, just as they were provided for in this one.
Wow, that's quite the afterlife package deal. It makes you wonder what they thought the afterlife was actually like. But why pyramids? Why not just, fancy palaces or something?
Ah, well, that's where the symbolism comes in. The pyramid shape itself held deep meaning for the ancient Egyptians. It represented the primordial mound that they believed the world emerged from. It also symbolized the rays of the sun connecting the earth to the heavens.
Oh, I see. So more than just a tomb. It's a cosmic statement, a stairway to the gods even.
Exactly. And speaking of statements, there's a bit of a misconception about the workforce that built these monumental structures.
Oh, yeah, right. For years, I pictured thousands of slaves toiling under the hot sun. But from what I've been reading, that's not quite accurate, is it?
Not at all. The evidence points to skilled laborers, architects, engineers, workers who lived in nearby villages. And they were paid for their work, most likely in food, beer, and other goods.
So not slaves, but skilled professionals. That completely changes the narrative.
Think of it more like a massive public works project, employing a diverse workforce with specialized skills. And speaking of skilled, how on earth did they move those massive stones? I mean, we're talking millions of blocks, each weighing tons.
Yeah, I know. I could barely move my couch up the stairs with a whole team. How did they even lift those stones without modern machinery?
That's the question that's puzzled experts for centuries. There's no definitive answer. But one of the most prominent theories involves sleds, ramps, and possibly even lubricating the sand with water to reduce friction. Just imagine the coordination and manpower required.
That's mind-boggling. It's not like moving a couch. It's like moving a small mountain. Okay, now I need to wrap my head around the scale of these things. The Great Pyramid of Giza, specifically. How big are we talking?
Oh, prepare to be amazed. It originally stood at a towering 481 feet tall. That's taller than the Statue of Liberty. Now, due to erosion and loss of its outer casing, it's a bit shorter, around 455 feet now. But the base still covers a massive 13 acres. And it's composed of over 2 million stone blocks.
2 million. Okay, now I'm picturing ancient Egyptians with spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep track of it all.
Yeah.
But seriously, the precision involved is just astounding. Did they have, like, ancient laser levels or something?
Well, not quite lasers, but the precision they achieved is remarkable. The Great Pyramid is aligned to the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, with an error margin of less than 0.05 degrees. It's likely they used tools like plumb bobs, ropes, and leveling instruments to achieve this accuracy.
Wow, that's some seriously impressive ancient Egyptian ingenuity. It's like their own version of GPS. All right, so we've covered the outside, but what about the inside? What's going on within those massive walls?
Inside the Great Pyramid, you'll find a network of passages and chambers, each with its own unique purpose. The three main chambers are the King's Chamber. That's where Pharaoh Khufu was laid to rest. Then there's the Queen's Chamber, although its exact purpose is still debated. And finally, the Grand Gallery, which is a long, sloping passageway that leads to the King's Chamber.
So it's not just a solid mass of stone. There's a whole world to explore inside. I'm picturing those scenes from Indiana Jones and navigating through ancient tunnels and secret chambers.
Well, I doubt there were booby traps. But who knows what else might be hidden within those walls. There's a lot of speculation about undiscovered chambers, and modern technology is helping us investigate those possibilities.
That's what I call intriguing. Tell me more about these high-tech pyramid explorations. What are they finding?
Well, in 2017, researchers made a remarkable discovery using a technique called muon tomography. Imagine using cosmic rays to scan the interior of the pyramid. They found a large void, or empty space, located above the Grand Gallery. The purpose of this void is still a mystery, which has fueled all sorts of theories.
A secret chamber. Okay, maybe it's not filled with gold and jewels, but the mystery itself is fascinating. And this muon tomography, it's like having X-ray vision for pyramids.
It's pretty incredible. It allows us to peek inside these structures without disturbing them, which opens up new avenues for discovery. And speaking of discoveries, let's not forget the fascinating mathematical knowledge embedded in the Great Pyramid's design.
Oh, right. It's not just about brute strength and manpower. It's about the brains behind it all. So what kind of mathematical marvels are we talking about?
Well, for one thing, the pyramid's dimensions incorporate mathematical constants, like pi and the golden ratio, which suggests a sophisticated understanding of geometry and mathematics. And remember, they accomplished all of this without the calculators and computers we rely on today.
It really makes you wonder how they figured all that out.
The Great Pyramid held the record as the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years.
Wow. That's a long time to hold a world record. What else?
Remember those skilled laborers we talked about? Well, some of them left behind a bit of their personalities through ancient graffiti found inside the pyramid. Nicknames like the Drunkards of Menkar and the Friends of Khufu give us a glimpse into their humor and camaraderie.
Drunkards of Menkar. That's hilarious. I love that we can still connect with those ancient builders on such a human level. Okay, hit me with another fun fact.
Here's one that might surprise you. The interior temperature of the Great Pyramid remains a constant 68 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. Talk about natural climate control. 68 degrees. That's perfect sweater weather. Sign me up for a pyramid staycation.
So tell me, what's the connection between the pyramids and the cosmos?
Well, one prominent theory suggests that the three main pyramids at Giza are aligned with the three stars in Orion's belt.
Orion's belt. Oh, yeah. I remember learning about those stars as a kid. But how could the ancient Egyptians possibly align these massive structures with the stars with such incredible precision? I mean, did they have telescopes back then?
Not telescopes as we know them, but they were meticulous observers of the night sky. They tracked movements of the stars and planets. And they developed a really complex understanding of astronomy. Remember, we talked about their incredible precision, aligning the pyramids to the cardinal directions. So it's not a huge leap to imagine they incorporated celestial alignments into their designs as well.
Wow, so they were using the stars as a blueprint. That's next-level architectural planning. It's like they were building not just for the pharaohs, but for the gods themselves.
It really does speak volumes about their profound connection to the cosmos and their belief in the interconnectedness of heaven and earth. The pyramids weren't just tombs. They were celestial monuments reaching towards the stars.
But I'm still kind of stuck on the more practical aspects of their construction. Like we talked about sleds and ramps. But how did they obviously lift those massive stones into place? It's like trying to assemble a giant Lego set without any instructions.
It is a puzzle that continues to fascinate engineers and historians to this day. Just imagine quarrying those massive blocks, transporting them across vast distances, and then lifting them with such incredible precision. It would require a highly organized workforce, incredible ingenuity, and a deep understanding of physics and mechanics.
Okay, so teamwork, brains, and maybe some really, really strong ropes. But seriously, how did they lift those stones without cranes or any modern machinery?
There are a few prevailing theories out there. Some believe they used a system of levers, rollers, and earthen ramps to gradually raise the stones. Others suggest that wooden scaffolding and pulley systems might have played a role.
So it's like a giant ancient Egyptian construction set with levers and pulleys and ramps all working together. It must have been an incredible sight to behold.
It's truly a testament to human ingenuity
Yeah.
and the power of collective effort. And let's not forget the element of time. The construction of the Great Pyramid is estimated to have taken about 20 years.
20 years. That's longer than some people spend building their houses today. I guess when you're building something meant to last for eternity, you can take your time.
Indeed. The pyramids were built to withstand the test of time. And they've certainly succeeded. They've endured centuries of weathering, earthquakes, even attempts at demolition.
Talk about resilience. But even the mightiest structures are subject to the forces of nature, right? What about the erosion and the loss of those shiny white casing stones we talked about earlier?
Yes. Over time, the elements have inevitably taken their toll on the pyramids. The smooth, white Tura limestone casing that once adorned the Great Pyramid has been largely stripped away, revealing the rougher core stones beneath.
So the pyramids weren't always these rugged, sandy-colored structures we see today. They once had a glamorous makeover.
Imagine the Great Pyramid gleaming in the desert sun, its smooth, white surface reflecting light like a giant mirror. It must have been a truly breathtaking spectacle.
Wow, I wish I could travel back in time to see that.
Did you know that Napoleon Bonaparte was absolutely fascinated by the Great Pyramid?
Napoleon, as in the French emperor. What did he have to do with the pyramids?
Oh, he was captivated by them. During his Egyptian campaign, he was so intrigued that he ordered his engineers to meticulously measure and document the Great Pyramid. He even spent a night alone inside the king's chamber.
Wow.
And remember, the story of the pyramids is still being written. Who knows what future archaeologists and researchers might uncover with new technologies and perspectives?
I can't wait to see what the future holds for our understanding of these ancient wonders.
Now, just remember, the pyramids invite us to explore, to question, and to wonder. So keep that curiosity alive and never stop seeking knowledge.
Well said. And to all you viewers out there, get ready to be amazed by the incredible world of the Great Pyramids. It's a journey through time, history, and the boundless capacity of human ingenuity.